In today's video, we'll go to the garage of Kst Hacks and watch the process of building a handmade mini Volkswagen Beetle from start to finish. Actually, it's quite a difficult task because the entire car is being built from scratch, no ready-made parts are being used. Everything from welding to metal cutting to bending is done by hand, and the work is done with a lot of care and love. This project is actually a tribute to the Beetle, one of the most popular cars in the world. We will see how the small parts gradually come together to form the classic shape of the car. It's very difficult to do such a thing without manual dexterity and mechanical knowledge, and Kst Hacks shows that here. Our goal is to create a car that looks classic, yet is also completely handmade and unique. Building a car by making small parts and assembling them together requires a lot of concentration. Mechanical work is also quite complex, such as engine fitting, brake system, and electrical work. If these are not done correctly, it is not even possible to drive the car, so each work is done very carefully. It's a lesson for us, how hard work and love can create something extraordinary. Each panel and piece of equipment tells its own story, touching the viewer's heart. As you can see, each piece of metal is being carefully cut and joined together. The quality of each joint and weld is being checked very carefully so that the safety of the car is maintained. A gear and chain are installed in this part, which are important parts of the car's drive system. Work has clearly begun, first by welding the frame to strengthen it so that the foundation of the car is strong. The chain and sprocket are being fitted correctly to the gearbox so that power transmission is smooth. When installing the wheels, the bearings, nuts, and bolts are all tightened so that there is no noise or vibration while driving. The wheels are being fitted only after the gearbox is installed, so that the entire drive system can be tested together. Now welding is being done to strengthen the frame joints so that the structure remains strong after the engine is installed. The heat of the hot fire is fusing the metal parts together, creating a strong base for the engine. After the welding is complete, the engine is carefully lifted and placed in its designated place on the frame. While fitting the engine, all the bolts and brackets are tightened well so that there is no movement while running. Now, shock absorbers are being installed on the wheels so that shocks and vibrations are reduced while the car is moving, making for a comfortable ride. Now an iron frame is being welded to hold the seats so that they can easily support the weight of the passengers. After the welding is complete, the seats are neatly placed on the frame and secured tightly with bolts. Now the car's brake system and gears are being put together so that the control and speed coordination work properly. The brake cables, gear levers, and links are being placed in the correct places and tightened tightly. Now the car's brake and axle pedals are being installed one by one so that the driver can take full control. Now wires are being installed from the brake and axle pedals so that the driver's pressure can reach directly to the mechanism. The axle pedal wire is being connected to the engine throttle, making it easier to control the speed. After everything is properly fitted, the entire system will be tested once to ensure there are no problems with driving. Now we have the disc brake caliper, which will be the central part of the car's entire braking system. The brake pad is inserted into the caliper, ensuring that it is pressed properly against the wheel disc. This hand brake lever is used to stop the car, especially when parking, by locking the wheels. Its main feature is, when pulled manually, it applies the brake to the rear wheel via a cable. These cables are being installed tightly inside the frame so that there is no slack or looseness during riding. These steel cables are being installed so that the brake, gear, or handbrake commands from the rider's feet reach the wheels directly. This small frame will house the gear lever so it is being cut, measured, and welded tightly. The small pieces of metal are being assembled in such a way that it will not move even when pressure is applied and will remain stationary. Once properly fitted and welded, gears can be mounted on it easily and permanently. Now a fuel tank is being installed on the engine, from which the oil will reach the carburetor directly. The front of the car is now being designed, from which the classic look of the entire Beetle will gradually develop. The metal strips are being carefully bent and attached to the frame, so that the Beetle's round and curvy shape is perfectly emphasized. This curvy design is what brings out the beauty of the front of the car. From a distance, you can tell it's a Volkswagen Beetle. With the installation of these metal curved frames, these metalwork, the front shape of the car began to take on a very realistic shape. Each curved line is like a shadow of the Beetle's classic design. The beauty gradually emerges from the frame. Now the front curves are being welded to make them permanent so that the Beetle's iconic rounded shape can be fully retained. This frame is being placed in such a way that the lines of the car look perfect and professional when viewed from the front. The more perfectly each part of the frame fits, the more perfect the car's appearance will be, and that's evident here. Now the windshield frame is being made, which is not just a place to place the front glass, but also maintains the balance of the entire structure. Now the construction of the car's side frame has begun. Everything from the roof to the doors is slowly coming to completion. Each pair of frames is being welded in such a way that there is no vibration or looseness afterwards. Metal strips are being measured, cut, bent, and fitted to perfectly match the shape of the car's sides. From here, the basic framework for the car's windows, doors, and side walls will be developed, which will later carry the body shell. The more perfect the side frame, the more Kst Hacks, the more balanced the car's strength and beauty will be. This is where the structural art begins. The final welding of the rear frame is now underway, where the full form of the car is slowly emerging amidst the sparks. This spark is not just metal, it's the fire of building a dream, within which a completely handmade Beetle is being born. In this step, not only metal is joined under the spark, but art, calculation, and the realization of dreams are joined. The final welding of the door section is underway right now, where each frame fits perfectly, completing the body of the car. First, a large PVC pipe was taken, which will be the main material for making the car's body cover. The pipe is being marked with measurements so that it can be cut at the right place, and an even piece is produced. The pipe is then cut lengthwise with the help of a grinder, very carefully. The flat PVC sheet made in this way looks smooth and light, ideal for car bodies. The framing is finished. Now I'm starting to install the body panels one by one on the car. I've cut these sheets to size so that the fitting is perfect with no gaps. I'm fitting these two front panels together so that the beautiful curve like a Beetle comes out properly. While installing everything, I'm fitting the fittings from all sides one by one so that there are no loose parts. Now I'm installing this flat panel that I cut separately for the car door so that it fits perfectly when opened and closed. As I install each panel, I check it against the previous frame to make sure there are no gaps. Now the last part of the side is being installed so that everything from the door to the back fits together smoothly. Using a heat gun when installing the roof cover so that the curved part fits properly with the frame. I'm applying little pressure to the roof cover to get the body curve just right. This part was a little tricky to install because the curve of the roof and the side joints had to fit together perfectly. The cover is firmly fitted with screws and welding to prevent it from moving and damaging the engine or exterior structure in the event of an accident. The rear section is designed to be curved, which reduces wind resistance and helps increase the vehicle's speed and fuel efficiency. The structure of the car now resembles a real car body. The curves of the body, doors, roof, and front bumper all now match those of a real-life car. Then a thin metal sheet or transparent glass-like panel is placed on one side of the windshield. This will create a place for the car's glass to be installed in the future and will protect the interior from external dust and rain. Not only welding, but also additional support with glue holds the outer metal sheets in place better, reducing the chance of them coming loose during vibration or operation. The grinding machine in the craftsman's hands is like a magic wand. At its touch, the metal surface gradually becomes smooth, shiny, and perfect. Filler is being applied very precisely to the corners of the frame, the crevices of the body, and the curved areas by hand. Once the filler is dry, it will be rubbed down well to smooth it out so that the paint adheres well. This work is very important because if there is any defect on the car, it will be obvious after painting. Therefore, this rubbing work is done with utmost precision. Using a machine, every curve and joint is rubbed and smoothed so that the car body looks perfect after painting. The careful way it works shows that it's not just a car, it's art. In this step, the filler is being applied properly to the body panels on the sides of the car. Because there was some unevenness when the sheet was installed earlier, so much effort was put into fixing that. The front body is now mostly ready, but it is being smoothed out little by little, because what will be painted later, it should shine like a mirror. This machine is now being used to rub the front hood of the car. The filler has dried, so the entire panel is being carefully smoothed. Even though the car is finished, it's still not completely smooth, so the work of rubbing it with sandpaper begins. Every time you run your hand over the car, you realize that time and patience are the real keys to perfecting this work. After a lot of scrubbing, a lot of hard work, this perfect smooth finish is finally here. Now you can tell, just by looking at it, it's a real car. First, the guide holes are made with a drill machine, and then the designated lines are cut with the help of a grinder. A small mistake can ruin the entire design, so every cut has the perfect touch of professionalism. The holes are being made with a drill machine because a single mistake can ruin the entire panel. Now cooling slots are being installed so that the heat inside the engine can easily escape. This seal is very important to reduce vehicle noise and ensure the doors close properly. The rubber is expertly applied by hand to ensure that every corner fits perfectly. Now the two eyes of the car are being installed, the headlights. If the light fittings are not installed properly, it can be dangerous on the night road. The headlight unit is being installed perfectly, tightening each screw. From the front, the car now looks like a classic retro model, like a rebirth of the old Beetle. A protective frame has been built around the engine. Perhaps the engine coolant or fuel lines are being installed now because a man wearing gloves is holding something like a fuel cap. Fittings are now being installed in the open spaces around the engine compartment. Each gap is being plugged using metal sheets, cut plates, or heavy boards. Look guys, now it's time to install the car seat, and this is when the comfort of the car begins. This seat isn't just for sitting. Installing it properly means getting extra support while driving. First, the door sheet is cut to exact measurements because a small mistake can change the entire structure. The part that is now being installed on the door is not just the outer shape, it will create the character of the car. Look at how it's being fitted perfectly. Patience is the real skill in this job. Right now, the final setup of the doors on both sides of the car is underway so that the entire frame is perfectly balanced. The frames inside the car are being set up correctly right now. First, the wooden panels are cut to size to fit the exact dimensions. Step by step, the wooden planks are lifted and installed so that there are no gaps underneath. As soon as I opened the door, I saw that the interior of the car was now much tidier. Everything from the seats to the floor was perfect. The wire is being soldered in the perfect position so that there is no signal loss. This small resistor will balance the voltage of the entire circuit. Here we are making a small circuit with a relay and a capacitor. This circuit is for controlling the headlights of a car. The circuit is being connected to the battery. Be careful, making the connections very carefully so that there are no sparks. The cables are being connected properly so that there are no problems with the connection. This is a very important step. All the wires are connected properly, and now the control system is being created through the switch. The power from the battery will go directly to the light. We are connecting it to the battery to test it. The light is lighting up properly, which means the circuit is working perfectly. Now the precise cutting is being done to install the headlights on the car body. The hole is being gradually enlarged with a hand grinder according to the markings so that the lights fit properly. After installing the lights, the rear of the car has completely changed its look. It's not as dull as before. It's like the car has come back to life. Once the spray starts, the true beauty of the car comes out. Every corner is being primed perfectly so that the paint adheres well. The effort that is being put into the car now will be evident in the results. The entire structure of the car will sit on this layer of paint, so there can't be any compromise. The work of starting the entire system starts with a small battery. If you connect it correctly, the engine will come to life. Here, look at the shock absorber in front. We're checking to see if the spring is working properly. This time, soundproof covering is being provided inside the car so that outside noise does not enter and the interior environment is comfortable. This part of the work is a little time-consuming because the cover is being cut to the full size and set. Now we are installing the steering wheel. When you drive a car, you want to have control, and that is possible with this steering wheel. This finish not only looks good, but also reduces noise and makes the interior environment more comfortable. Voiceover 3. Friends, after a lot of hard work and time, this car is finally ready. Thank you to all of you who have been by my side throughout this journey. This is not just a car. It's a story of a dream come true. Everything is cut and fitted by hand so that there is no imperfection in any way. When I first built the metal frame, I had a dream. One day this would run on the road. Today, it's a reality. This handmade car runs like a factory car today. It proves that anything is possible if you have the will. Friends, thank you for being with us on this dream journey. Your love is our motivation. We will be back very soon to create something new.